Cheers! Welcome to Moviebitches!
Moviebitches!
Episode 15. Keeping with the theme of the night, we watched another movie based on a book we have not read called Noah. I felt like I learned some stuff. I did not know that Noah was Australian.
It's interesting to read the Bible.
And that Noah was a vegetarian.
Yes.
Things I learned today.
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky film.
Mm-hmm.
I would say his most restrained film, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It was... I didn't feel like I needed to take a shower after it. And every other movie of his, I'm like...
Yeah.
creepy crawl, like,
a little bit.
oh, I feel like I need a shower.
Well, so, okay, I mean, I didn't hate it. I expected to hate it.
I thought I was
did
gonna
not.
hate it.
I really thought, I was like, this is going to be awful. Fuck this noise. But it wasn't. It wasn't that bad.
No. It was...
The first, two acts moved real quick. Yeah, it was certainly informed by things.
Lots of
There's
interesting choices.
A lot of references.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There was, a lot of 2001 in there.
Yeah, it was...
A lot of that.
It was, the first hour and a half was, the last half hour of 2001.
Yeah. Then, it starts to get real slow. Real slow.
Basically, once they get on the arc...
Oh my god.
Real.
Not even before then. Once they, have the arc pretty much completed, I'm like, can the FUD fucking happen already? What?
Bring on the water!
Right?
I learned lots of things, because I don't know anything about this, except, the
brushed over version of, oh, there's a flood, and then everyone dies.
Yeah, I know.
Two by two.
Elephants and kangaroos inside the arky. That's it. That was the extent of my knowledge of this subject.
There's gonna be a floody, Lord said to Noah. There's gonna be a floody.
So, Noah has 3 sons.
Mm-hmm.
One of them looks like he's in an Armani exchange ad the whole time.
His hair is flawless.
Fabulously conditioned.
I woke up like this type.
Yeah,
flawless.
Perfectly neatly trimmed goatee. He looks great. Then there's the middle son, Ham, who looks identical to Christian Slater.
Similar.
He's the most interesting character.
Yes.
And then the youngest son who's there and kind of looks like a little girl. And yeah. There's a lot of weird talk about Noah's gonna go find them wives.
Yeah.
Because whoever we find, it's cool as long as they're a lady, and you're kind of awkward. I
was like, this is weird.
And then the youngest son is 7, and they're like, well, we'll find him a wife, and whatever happens. It was a little upsetting. So then Ham runs off. He's very upset because he wants to go find a girlfriend, and he finds this girl. She's the one. I mean, it was just I guess.
It's hey, we're both in this death trench.
I guess you could say it's God's will, but he's just what am I gonna do? I need a wife. And then it's oh, there she is.
From what I've heard, it's not going over too well with the Christian folk.
Oh, so maybe Aronofsky took some liberties.
And so that's why, there was a lot going on that was basically, I kept being well, that's not very realistic. Yeah, all of their clothes.
I mean, it looked like Prairie Underground. I couldn't get over their clothes.
It was distracting.
It
was distracting.
Sweaters and vests.
I was like, where are you getting these clothes?
It was it was
buckles?
It was too much.
Where are you going to get buckles in 7,000 BC?
So then, much like the plot of Waterworld, they find an island.
Yep.
Actually, the costumes look a lot like Waterworld too. Parallels.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, they find land finally. They strike land right as
it's Noah, his wife, the 3 sons, the Emma Watson, and she has twin girls.
Yep.
That's what we know as the last of the human race.
Ham goes off.
Ham decides to take a walkabout and just walk in a certain direction.
He's like, I don't belong here. And I'm like, where do you belong? You're the only 5 people on Earth.
Yeah,
what?
He's taking a cruise. He takes a backpack and starts walking. Because the only option he has left is his infant sister. I mean, it's weird.
It's very weird.
So is that how it goes? Like,
So, yes.
everyone's descended from incest?
That's the idea, yeah, basically.
Gross.
Hello, April, that's why there's so many holes in the Bible. It makes no sense. Here's my thing. Like, so, you could say, okay, like, you know, I think what Aronofsky was hoping, like, his big thing that was different was that he wanted to take, like, a real introspective look into who is Noah. And like
Noah the
you know, like what's going on with him and what's it like to like know that, you know, because of you all of humanity died, or like, you know, like you let all of humanity die and like you're hearing them scream as they're dying and you're in your little, you know, giant ark. I get that. I think that that's an interesting, you know, it's like that's an interesting perspective.
Right.
But I feel like they belabored it and they also didn't actually delve into it.
No.
Missed
It's all about
opportunities.
Noah.
Yes.
The wife is very, like, complacent and like, whatever you want, Noah, of course we can build this ark. I was trying to look at it as just sort of a fantastical adventure tale. You know, like,
Yeah.
I was watching Merlin or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
you know, where I was like, oh, and magic and fairies. If I didn't know it was from the Bible, I'd be like, oh, it's cool. There's, like, rock monsters and wizards that live in caves and, like, talking snakes
Yeah.
and, you know, magic and the leaves and stuff. So anyway, if you look at it like that, it's pretty interesting and it's like visually cool. I didn't hate it,
So,
which was
I mean, that's an impressive feat.